What an electrifying game. Man City 4, Real Madrid 3. What a nail biting game. Very good. Both teams played very well. But since both teams are strong, it's hard to defeat each other at home ground. Especially Man City, it's hard for you to hit them home ground because they've got that home ground advantage. They've got the fans behind them. They've got the pressure behind them. They've got England behind them, the entire England. Maybe some haters like Arsenal or Chelsea or Liverpool may not support them, but in general, they've got England behind them. They've got their coach there, the coaching staff behind them, giving them all the support they can get. Let's go into the formations. So Man City came with a 4-3-3 formation, high pressing, and Real Madrid came with a 4-3-3 formation as well, high pressing. The first half of the game, we saw Man City had advantage. They pressed high. They kept possession of the ball as part of the defense. They were using the wings nicely. They were using the centers nicely. They were lifting the ball over the wall of the Real Madrid defense. Now, Real Madrid, they did not have some key players as well as Man City. For Real Madrid, they did not have one player, that's Militao, and he's the main DM of Real Madrid. Without Militao, they could not have that DM who would support the four defenders behind, be the extra man in the defense. So Tony Cross, Valverde, and the other chap, they were sleeping in the midfield, and that's how Man City took advantage, and they scored 3 goals in the first half. The first goal coming from De Bruyne, the second goal from Phil Foden, and the third one from David Silva, but came in the second half. So Man City, they played the wings very well. They were using Riyad Mahrez, who was eating up F Mendy, and they were using Phil Foden, who was eating up Cavallaro. He was dodging the number two Cavallaro, getting into the box, trying to find Jesus. Jesus scored a very crucial goal. I think it was the second goal he scored. He passed the ball nicely to Jesus. Jesus outbeat Militao, turned and smashed the ball inside. The first goal from Real Madrid came via Benzema. Fernandinho was caught sleeping. Now the problem with Man City, they had some crucial players out. Their defense was in shambles. Laporte, they had Laporte, and then they had Portuguese defender Diaz. These two were good, but Shevchenko and Stones had to be subbed off for Fernandinho because he could not handle Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior was hurting Stones on the right back. Stones could not keep up with his pace, and even Fernandinho was having problems. So there are two players Man City lacked: Cancelo on the red card, and Kyle Walker is injured from two. I think the Brighton game he got injured. I hope he'll be back in the next game. So for Man City, they had a lot of defensive blunders that costed them 3 goals because Real Madrid saw that they don't have their wing backs, so they took advantage and they hit Man City. All the 3 goals came from the wing backs, from the wings. So Man City were just hitting them with the wingers, Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior. Now Benzema was sitting like a false number 9. He was not staying in the box. He was pressing, he was defending, and they were using Vinicius Junior to carry the ball because Vinicius Junior can run very fast. That guy is like 19, 20 years old, but he looks like a 35-year-old bloke. So they would get the ball, lift over the Man City wall, and Vinicius Junior would run like a 1,500cc Hayabusa motorbike. He would run, carry the ball, and then along with him, Rodrigo and Benzema would tag along behind, but they would not fall short into the box. They would stay slightly outside the box, and he would pass the ball, either waiting for Rodrigo to pick it or Benzema to pick it, and he would smash it in. But very few of those chances came out. But that's what they were targeting. They were targeting. Real Madrid was targeting on Shevchenko's side, Rodrigo. They were bombing the ball down to him. Rodrigo is a very fast left winger. He can dribble, he can dodge. But you saw because Pep knew that Shevchenko is weak, so he kept an additional midfielder to help Shevchenko. And that's why I think it was Rodri was helping Rodrigo keep bay. Come second half, Ancelotti went and gave Real Madrid a good bashing in the changing room. Real Madrid came out now instead of relying on counter attack, they came pressing. They pressed from the middle, Modric and Cross, Tony Cross, and they brought him Camavinga, the Angolan number 19. He was played more for DM, and Cross and Modric were pressing up high, trying to give Vinicius Junior the ball and trying to give Benzema the ball. Now Benzema, like I said, was playing like as a false nine. He was trying to get the ball and make the defenders of Man City make a mistake so he can open up spaces and score. Three goals came from Real Madrid side. The first goal came from Benzema, a good volley from Vinicius Junior. The second one was a breakaway lone wolf attack by Vinicius Junior. He beat Fernandinho, he beat Laporte, he beat Diaz, and he smashed the ball in the far right hand side of the post. The third one came from a defensive blunder when Laporte had jumped for the ball, and instead of using his head, he used his arm. He jumped like a headless chicken, and the ball caught his arm. There was a penalty given at 85 minutes, and it's Benzema. Benzema is not missing that penalty. He's not Jorginho, or he's not Bruno Fernandes. He smashed the ball inside, and it's 4-3. In my opinion, it could go both ways. Man City away games, they're not very good. They're very weak. When they don't have the crowd behind them, they don't have that much char in them. They don't have that much heart in them. So when they go to Real Madrid at Sant Bernabeu, they could be hurt very, very badly. But two things can save Man City. If Cancelo comes back and Skywalker comes back, then their defense is solid. The midfield was perfect with Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and David Silva. And the front engine was perfect by Gabriel Jesus, Foden, and Riyad Mahrez. I think Gabriel Jesus today played it very well because I think he's working for Arsenal. He understands that Man City are going to sign Haaland, and now since Arsenal is owned by a Brazilian uh, directors. Arsenal have got Brazilian directors, CEOs running the club, so I'm thinking he's talking for them because he wants to sign with Arsenal and become the main striker because their dwarf Lacazette is not performing. So he played very well, and in the next match, if he puts in the work, puts in the minutes, he will also do good for his team and also do good for himself, his CV. So Arsenal will make him sign that contract as fast as they can. So tomorrow's game is a tough one. Goofy Klopp and his pressing Liverpool side come against the vampire-looking Unai Emery and his low-block team. It's going to be a tough one, and they're playing on Liverpool. It's very hard to beat Liverpool on the ground, so let's see how they're doing, and I'll give the match reaction to that after the game. See you guys.